Hey ladies and gentlemen, Simon here with another episode of Naruto to watch review. This is episode number 17. Now before we get into it, you may notice one or two things. Firstly is my bloodshot eye. You may pick that up every now and then. It's not because I was drinking last night, it's not because I've been doing drugs, it's not because I got into a fight. It's the result of cat abuse. My cat decided to punch me in the eye as me and Zuko were playing, rather than just running around, chasing after toys, as he would normally do. I was lying on the bed, I was, poking him with a toy, and instead he just comes up and goes, bop, right in my eye. Right in my eye. And so, luckily he didn't have his claws out. This could have been much worse, but yeah, it's painful. It's painful. It makes it look like I've either been doing drugs or I've been weeping for the last sort of 2 days, which, I have not. I have not done. Another thing you might notice is notes. I'm going to start taking notes now. I have notepads, I have pens, and it's just as a result of last episode, When Sasuke's backstory started coming up, I was like, oh, I don't know whether I'm supposed to know that. Have I heard that name before? What connections am I supposed to have remembered? And it makes me realize that with some of these shows, especially with them moving so fast and with there being so much detail, and with them going so long, I'm probably best starting to take notes because, I don't want to forget stuff. And, I want to put more effort in. I don't want to be that person who's like, oh, I don't remember that. Or, oh, should I have remembered that? Or is that something I've heard before? I want to be able to look at my notes and be like, yes, I remember that. That was back from this episode. So if you see me jotting down a couple of notes every now and then, it's just that. It's just wanting to be a bit more thorough. So, speaking of last episode, it was, it ended, with all hell breaking loose as the seal broke. Naruto changing into his nine-tailed fox form, after Sasuke had apparently been killed. Again, still not believing that. And like I say, it was all kind of building up to that fight sort of hitting its crescendo. We saw that, Sasuke had the Sharingan, the same one that, Kakashi has, where he's able to perceive things with his eye. He's not quite got the point where he can charm people yet, but it's coming along. It's coming along very well. But obviously he took some fatal hits in order to save Naruto, and that done pissed off Naruto, who now, is out of control. And so how everyone is going to react to this, I'm not quite sure. I really hope he doesn't end up destroying the bridge, because could you imagine all that? They try and protect the bridge builder, and in the end, it's Naruto that ends up killing everyone and just destroying the bridge. It's like, no, that's not good. I definitely don't see it going that way, but it is going to be interesting to see how they handle this and where it goes from here, because with Naruto, being out of control and the seal being broken, what happens? How do you get him back? How do you contain the nine-tailed fox? It is going to be a very interesting conundrum for them. But we're going to find out. We're going to jump in. But before we do, I want to say a big thank you to my Patreon super supporters: Frank Tremel, Karen Abel, Ace, Nick Walters, The Seven Deadly Sins, Damon Smallwood, Michael Y, IrishCal, Richafa, Isabelle, Gros-Louis, and our newest Patreon super supporter, Mr. Greg 89. Thank you, Mr. Greg. Welcome aboard. And we are going to jump in and we're going to see what happens. Oh, shit. Oh, he just blew them away. Okay, this is getting serious. He punched through the mirror. What the hell? Okay.
The seal has been broken?
This is bad.
No, it's been loosened, and a glimmer of the nine-tailed fox's
Loosened.
slipped through by my chance.
Oh, it's a scroll. He's got a scroll.
Just maybe. Zabuza, I don't mean to spoil your fun.
Whoa.
How you like to stretch these things out.
I can't. His energy is too strong.
Oh no. Oh no. He's going to punch right through him. He's gonna smash his face in. Yep. That he did. Okay. The mask cracked. The mirror's cracked. But he's still alive. That's a cool shot.
I have failed.
Oh no. Naruto, don't kill. Don't kill. Did he hit? Did he stop? Oh, he controlled it.
If that is all the strength you can put into it, you will.
Why is Haku taunting him?
Perhaps he didn't mean as much to you as you pretend.
Wow.
Is there anyone who's important to you? This day has shown that I am no longer of any use to Zabuza. Zabuza!
Oh no.
Why that guy anyway? To devote your life to a rotten skunk who doesn't know the meaning of the word honor! My father and my mother.
Oh, we're getting backstory. What happened to them?
I was born in the land of water. My father who changed. He killed my mother and he almost killed me.
What?
After years of suffering the horrors of civil war, the people of my land had come to fear and hate anyone who carried the Kekkei Genkai in their blood.
Oh, so... Oh, okay.
The advanced bloodline trait of a clan, denying the bloodline trait that flowed in their veins. Concealing their abilities, knowing that to be discovered meant certain death. If you had searched that boy's memories, I'm sure you would have found it there too.
Is that why his village was attacked?
Their fear of things they don't understand.
Mama, look what I can do.
Oh no.
See what I made?
She realised that it passed on.
Isn't it beautiful?
No, you must never.
Oh shit. Is that...
Wicked child.
Oh wow.
I'm sorry.
Oh no. And he must have realised it came from his mother.
And so he knew our secret, my mother's and mine.
Wow. What in the hell? Holy shit. Oh my god. He killed everyone there.
I was myself again. I was no longer myself. There was no one who needed me. I was unnecessary. Just like me. Why
It's
is it
interesting how they took different views on it though.
Because you want all eyes in your village to look on you and recognize you as a great ninja.
Then your special abilities belong to me.
So he knew. He knew about the Sharingan. He knew about the Kekkei Genkai.
I am only an instrument of your will. Think of me as a weapon to be kept at your side and used as you see fit.
Well, Haku knows the deal at least.
Well said, child.
Naruto. Kill me.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna do that. I don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't know why you bother. Of what use is your jutsu if you can't even find me? But I can find you.
Is it gonna allow him to track his movements through the ground?
Blindly falling into my trap.
Uh-oh. You're breaking the bridge! Whoa! Dogs? Did he just get ripped apart by dogs?
Could it be?
I don't know, and I'm not sure that I want to find out.
Right, but now the structural integrity of the bridge.
I'd have to smell you out. That was a summoning jutsu.
Oh,
I was calling
shit.
forth my ninja hounds. And you know what I see? Your death. Talk.
Oh, shit.
Talk me to death. In a way, yes. Right now, my hounds are just playing with you.
But
One
they
word
could
from me and they'll
rip
tear
you to shreds.
apart.
forced to flee with the few followers you had. Your
Mizukage.
ninja hot on your heels. You became a rogue ninja whose name was quickly known, even in the village hidden in the leaves. Now you're crazy enough to want to go back and try it again. It's time I introduced you to my own jutsu.
Oh. Lightning! Is he Palpatine? Say Lightning Lane?
These useless little people and their petty little dreams. Why should they matter to me?
Oh dear.
I have a dream of my own.
He sounds very much like
But to have a dream, you need to have a future.
a despot.
You don't. Your future's all used up. Son.
Don't end here. Don't end here. Show me something.
Go on.
Get a bunny. Oh no. Oh, the bunny's gone. He caught the bunny. Aww. See, he said don't expect encouragement, but that looked like encouragement to me.
It's over. The only thing that gave my life meaning. It's gone. Do it.
He's not gonna.
Quickly.
He's not gonna do it. Okay, so very interesting episode. It was scary. I'll be honest, it was very, very scary to see even the minuscule power of the nine-tailed fox unleashed. Because they said it's not a broken seal, which obviously would have spelled disaster. It was a loosened seal, which, we saw just... He was smashing all those ice mirrors. He broke the mask. He could have easily decimated Haku. And probably anyone else on a one-on-one basis had he really wanted to. It was kind of crazy to see that power in action, And it really made me, realize, what's going on here, Because you always think to yourself, okay, well, these shinobi, they are powerful. And you never quite know exactly how powerful because there's times when they hold stuff back. And for example, in this episode, Kakashi held back his true jutsu, which I think he called Lightning Lane. I may have misheard it, but that's what I'd heard. And, we had no idea he knew that because he'd used his Sharingan. He used, obviously everyone else's jutsus to fight against them so far. So you never really know the true power of... a ninja until you put them in the most desperate situation, and that was pretty damn desperate for Naruto. And it was only for the sheer fact that he remembered the conversation in the middle of the forest, which I think really kind of showed the human side of Haku. It basically brought Naruto back down to earth because he was thinking, why? Why do you care so much about Zabuza? What is it about him, someone who's so despicable, that can convince someone who, is seemingly so innocent as Haku to put their life on the line and to do, heinous, horrible things for him? And thankfully that snapped him out of it, to the point where I don't think at this juncture Naruto is strong enough to defeat Haku on a one-on-one basis. But again, Haku is probably exhausted. Haku's given up. So Haku, Naruto, if he really, really wanted to, probably could kill Haku. I don't think he will, though, because, again, that's not in Naruto's nature. It's not in Naruto's nature to be a killer. At least I hope it's not. He is a bit arrogant. He is a bit of a troublemaker, but, he's a kid. He's innocent. Yeah, I like to think he's good. He wants to use his power to help others, so I don't think he's going to kill Haku. But speaking of Haku, his story, his backstory, just when you think it can't get any more tragic, him being an orphan on the streets, lying in poverty, starving, that's a really, really super sad story. But then you realize why he's an orphan, and you start to learn more about, the land of water and how the Kekkei Genkai is so feared that anyone who uses it or has that ability is hunted down and killed. To the point where it breaks families apart, you know? His dad, realizing that Haku could have only got that trait from his mother, kills her. And then Haku, obviously, when you put someone in such an emotional state with a power like that, they are going to be prone to an outburst. And we saw Haku killed everyone in that barn. And you imagine the emotional... that it makes me realize now why Haku's such a sort of an emotionless person. Not just because he's been under the tutelage of someone like Zabuza, you know, who is gonna mute someone, he's gonna blunt someone on the emotional side because, you know, he just needs a weapon. He said that multiple times. You know, he's not going to be interested in helping Haku develop his emotional side. But also because when you experience something like losing both your parents and actually being the one who killed your father, that is going to fuck you up. That is going to screw you over in ways that you can't really, you know, comprehend. You know, and so that gives a lot of insight into why Haku is the way he is. And you know, really makes me feel so sorry for him as a character because, you know, he was just a kid. And he ends up on the streets. He ends up getting caught up with Zabuza. And yes, you know, Zabuza's a really strange character. As much as he says that he isn't going to offer friendship or encouragement, I mean, I get that feeling from him that, you know, there is that companionship and there's that friendship there between the two of them, even if they don't want to admit it. And while Zabuza, you know, in this episode, it was pretty much shown what his intentions are. You know, there was talk of an assassination of Mizukage, which I'm assuming is what he was talking about earlier in the episode of he would come back to that land and he would hold it in the palm of his hands. You know, obviously he's tried to assassinate someone who is in charge and he failed. And so he's now trying to do the same thing again, but he needs money, he needs help. And, you know, so he's now taking jobs from people like Gato to build up money and to kind of hide his tracks. So it's interesting to see their backstories. And honestly, if you were to ask me where are we going from here, I have no idea. I don't know if either of them are going to die, Zabuza or Haku. I'd like to feel Haku won't. Zabuza I'm less certain on. They may well end up killing him, but I wouldn't be surprised if he somehow escaped or if they let him go. You know, it feels like they've spent a long time on this particular character arc, and it feels like it's got more of a purpose to it than just a death in the end. But I was impressed with the jutsu, the scroll that he pulled out, you know, which I'm assuming he's taken from the village. And, you know, he did kind of damage the bridge in doing it, but, you know, it's collateral damage, we'll call it. But it was really cool just to see that he has this ability, you know, and who knows what else he's hiding on him, you know. And why didn't he use the scroll before? I mean, I suppose he said that he needed the blood on Zabuza's blade, and it shows you there are things going on here that you can't even fathom because you don't know what the tactics are behind a particular move. Him getting struck was intentional, which at the time you didn't think it was. You were thinking, "Oh shit, this is terrible. This is you know, really going as." I mean, I said it was pretty bad. It was a pretty bad situation at the time, you know, because you were thinking everything is going wrong. But in fact, Zabuza had a plan the whole time. Kakashi had a plan the whole time. And so, you know, in the end, it all worked out. Or at least it looks like it's going to work out. We still have Sasuke. You know, Sasuke's still lying there, apparently dead. And this episode, whilst I expected it to kind of focus on him being revived or, you know, them doing something about it, he's still there. You know, so we're not getting an answer on that for a little while. And, you know, I can only imagine what it must be like, you know, at the time, having had week breaks between episodes, having to wait for the fate of, you know, Sasuke to be revealed. it must have been pretty difficult. So, but I really enjoyed this episode. Some really nice backstory into Haku and Zabuza. We got to see the true jutsu of Kakashi. And thankfully, Naruto, the seal hasn't broken. It's just loosened. So, yes. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, please let me know in the comments. Don't forget to give the video a like. If you haven't, hit the subscribe button. Hit it. Hit the subscribe button. You made it all the way to the end of this video. Why wouldn't you subscribe? But yes, thanks for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.